Yeah, a film I watched recently was Unman, Wittering, and Zigo, the 1971 suspense drama set in an English boarding school. Young teacher John Ebony has taken up the post of teaching Form Lower 5B, following the recent death of their previous teacher, Mr. Pelham, who died falling off a nearby cliff face. However, on his first day, the class readily informs him that they killed Mr. Pelham and that they are able to control their environment, that their will is sufficiently strong that they can bend Ebony to their will. So a battle of wits develops between the class and Ebony as they one tries to control the other, and Ebony tries to work out if they're telling the truth about Pelham's apparent murder. Um, the issue with the film is that it has a terrific central idea. The first third or so is perfect, but they never work out how to develop it. They never work out how to expand the idea to a full length story and give it a proper ending. Um, this had previously been a radio play by Giles Cooper, then adapted for television, and it's since been adapted as a stage play and apparently widely performed in schools because, of course, what schoolboy doesn't want to put out a play about how they killed one teacher and planned to control another? Um, David Hemmings was instrumental in getting the production off the ground and plays Ebony and gives a very believable performance, I think, as a teacher who very quickly discovers how out of depth he is. Um, and I've heard from friends who are teachers that the portrayal of the dynamic between the class and the teacher is extremely realistic and extremely unnerving for those with experience in classrooms, particularly of difficult classes. But the way the story develops with the shifting age portrayal of the students who are alternately very mature and very immature, the fact that they're all played by men in their early 20s, um, and the uncertain tone and the uncertain focus means that the film never really settles on being about anything. It never really establishes what point it's trying to make. The title comes from the last three names on the class register. The running joke being that Zigo is, in fact, been taken out of school because he's suffering from some severe illness and is continually marked as absent and never appears in the movie, to the extent that the end credits credit the entire cast of schoolboys in alphabetical order, ending with Zigo marked as absent. But for all its superficial cleverness, it's not actually about anything. It can't settle on a point. It just has a really good idea that doesn't know how to develop it further. It's very much the BlackBerry of this sort of thing, coming 3 years after Lindsay Anderson's If, which was very much the ne plus ultra of uh, boarding school movies. I struggle to work out what else they thought this movie could achieve. It's well made, well cast, even though everyone's bordering on middle age, and looks good, but ultimately it never justifies its own existence.